Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You, you have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 math and then click on. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter expressions and properties. The lessons we're going to go today are property, factor using the distributive property, write an equivalent expression using properties, solve for a variable using properties of multiplication. Okay, multiply using the distributive property. Oh, that was grade 6, not grade actually. Okay, simplify 4 times 4d plus 1. So you have to apply the distributive, apply the 4 with 4d and the 4 with 1. So 4 times plus 4. Okay. 3 times 3s plus 1. So let's just do 3s. 3 times s and 3 times 1 is 3. So option number 3 is the correct option. That is 9s plus 3. Option number 3 is the correct option. That is 9s plus 3. Simplify the expression. 4 times 7 is 28. B plus 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 28B plus 4. Simplify 2 plus 5 3 times 3. Simplify the expression. 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 times 5 is 15. So that is and that is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move next lesson. The next lesson is using distributive property. Let's just start with the test questions. 28b plus 32. So we need to find a common number. Can divide both 28 and 32, right? 4. That means 4 common. So 4 times what number is 28? 4 times 7 is 28 and 4 times 8 is 32. So option number is 7b plus 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, so 9c plus 21. So the common factor is 3 because 3 can divide 27. So 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 times 7 is 21. So option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Factor 20u plus 50. That is 10 times 2u plus 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Factor 35 plus 63. So 7 is common because 7 can divide both the numbers. So 7 times 5 is 35 and 7 times 9 is 63. So option number 3 is the correct option. That is 7 times 5r plus. Okay, the next one is write equivalent expressions. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. W plus 5 plus 2. So the first step is write them down without the. Okay, now you can add the like terms so that option number 1 is the correct option, that is W plus 7. Okay, simplify the expression H plus 2 is 3. So the first thing is write them down without the bracket. That is H plus 2 plus 3. Like term, so 2 plus 3 makes 5. So that is H plus 5, option number 2 is the correct option. Simplify the expression. That is T plus 3. Option number 3 is the correct option. T plus 3 it is. Simplify the expression. That is T plus 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. Simplify the expression 3 plus 2 plus B. So which is the correct option? That is B plus 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Two plus R plus 2. That is T plus 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move to the next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is solve for a variable using properties of multiplication. Okay, I'm going to start with the test questions. Okay, type the missing number 841 times the missing number equals 288 times 841. So that is the commutative property of multiplication. On the both sides, the numbers is exactly same, just the order is different. So 841 times 288, because on the right hand side 288 is missing, so that is 288. What value of W makes the multiplication sentence true? What value of W makes the multiplication sentence true? So that is the associative property of multiplication. So that is on the both sides the numbers are same. So 270 and 146 are already on the right hand side. So the missing number is 254. W equals 254. Option number 2 is the correct option. 786 times 0 is 0. So the correct option is 0. Option number 3 is the correct option. Type the missing number 491 equals 491 times. That is 491 times 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. So that is the commutative property. So 304 times 872. So 304 times 872. Option number 3 is the correct option. So the missing number is 400. Option number 3 is the correct option. That is 1 times 493. Option number 1 is the correct option. So the missing number is that is the distributive property over subtraction. So 603 times 795. So 603 times 918. The missing one is 918. What value of z makes the multiplication sentence true? Zero it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. Zero it is. Y is 0. Okay, so we were working on grade 6 math. Chapter we were working on is expressions, please. The lessons we've covered today are multiply using distributive property, factor using distributive property, write equivalent expressions using properties, and solve for a variable using properties of multiplication. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lesson we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available. Write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions, no questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.